If everybody took this one class, this one subject, we would be so much better off. This is day 115, I think. It may be 116 of my Practicing Visibility series. And recently I've been talking about this a lot, which is what is something that we are missing from education? Like, what would be the next subject that we added? And some people have talked about personal development. Sometimes we see schools do things like organization and things like that, maybe even like life skills like taxes. But the subject that I'm talking about is specifically self-expertise. So, learning how to work with yourself, understanding your values, understanding how those values shape the way that you act and the way that you think and the way that you feel. On the same hand, thinking about your strengths professionally and personally, right? What do you enjoy doing? What feels easy for you in a way that helps you feel good about what you're doing? Understanding what motivates you, understanding the types of people you like to work with, understanding how to have difficult conversations where you're advocating for yourself. Like, if we all took that class, here's what would happen. We would build inner authority, which means that I don't have to look to someone else to provide me with the answers. I trust myself, right? Even if that means I'm going to research and figure things out, I still trust that I can make decisions and choices for myself based on what I know is right for me and what I want. That's inner authority, right? And in a lot of ways, we are taught to respect outer authority. So teachers, parents, judges, police officers, right? Those are the people outside of us that say, we get to tell you if this is right or wrong for you. Now, I'm not saying that we should eliminate teachers and parents and judges and police officers. But what I am saying is that when we build a stronger sense of ourselves and have a stronger voice that we listen to, right? Not saying that we have to be right all the time, but one that really guides us versus looking to someone else to be that person, we would be so much better off. If we knew how to work with ourselves, we also wouldn't be so awful to ourselves for trying to fit into things that don't work for us. Right? My biggest example of this that I've been talking about recently is I used to work for this company. I'm not going to say anything about them because truly I've moved on from them. But there was this time where I was very front facing. I was talking to parents, I was talking to kids, I was very involved. And my boss got mad at me because she was like, "You're always talking to them. They always want to talk to you. We need to keep things going, blah, blah, blah." And I got what she meant from efficiency. But what she did was she put me in the back room doing like inventory, and I hated it. I hated it so much, not because I'm lazy, but because like I didn't like doing that. Organizing things like is the least interesting thing to me. Making something fit, right? A space, rearranging things like does nothing for me. Like emotionally, spiritually, I don't care. What I love doing is talking with other people, and I love connecting, and I love being a hype person and a communicator. And when that happened, I was also taking a class where I got to do a strength finders, basically an assessment that says, hey, here's what your strengths are, and here's how you should use them, and here's jobs that you should look for. And one of my biggest strengths was woo, which is called winning others over. And these are people that really enjoy making new connections and talking with people and helping people feel safe and seen in conversations. And what it said was like, one thing to never do to a woo person is to take them away from people. And so in that situation, it helped me go from like, okay, well, I'm just mad that they moved me to the back because I don't want to do this, to understanding that they took me away from a place where I was good, where I was doing good work, right? Instead of trying to figure out, let's be more efficient about it, they said, we don't want you to do that anymore. And they put me somewhere where my strength was literally being like put in a cage. Like if I'm good with people and you put me in the back where I don't see people, what am I doing, right? Understanding that is what helped me say it's time for me to go. It's time for me to leave this company. One, I wanted to do my own thing, but two, it's like they don't understand who I am as a professional, and when I'm speaking that to them, they don't care. And for me, that's not a company that I want to work with. So yes, that's kind of what I've been thinking about. I've been thinking about how do I make self-expertise classes for kids, right? How do I turn feel better, do better videos into curriculum for kids to choose to learn to do on their own? And that's what it would be called, is like self-expertise. And all these other classes, you're learning about math or history or writing, and those things are important, right? But also the one that's going to have the biggest impact on you personally would be a class about how do I work with myself? How do I learn to work with myself? I also want to apologize. I jumped straight into this. It's been about 4 or 5 days since I've posted, and the reason I did is because I had some personal things happening and I took some time away. And a lot of times I'm open with, my personal life on here, but I have also learned as a way to take care of myself that I don't have to talk about all my personal stuff. Like, it doesn't matter if my job is being vulnerable. I still get to decide what I'm willing to share. And so I'm not going to go into details, but I just had to take some time off and I'm back. And tomorrow's episode, I'm going to talk about these huge new things that I'm doing because I've made some big investments into my work and things are going to look very different very soon. But for now, I just wanted to jump back into the practice. So I will see you tomorrow. Bye.